This movie is full of so many really powerful moments. And one of my favorite moments is the scene with you and the boys.
Oh.
When you're signing on to a project like this, is it that moment? Is it Tate? Is it the whole cast? What is it for you?
Well, I called Tate when I heard that there really was a James Brown project, because I grew up listening to his music. And when I heard that my dear friend Tate Taylor was directing it, I called him up and said, I want to be in this movie. You got to find something for me. I love you, bye. And he's like, well, there's a project, but there's a part, but I have to flesh it out. And I said, okay. And so he did, and I'm appreciative, because this means a lot to me, you know, in so many ways, to be a part of this film.
Well, because it's such a special film. Like I said, there's so many of these amazing moments, and some are fun, and some are scary, and some are really sad. And I have to ask, you've worked with Tate twice now. Do you think that's something that Tate brings to a project?
Well, I've worked with Tate
many times.
Many times. He's unique. Tate is a great storyteller, and he knows how. He's a Southern man, so he knows how to spin a yarn. Southerners are good about storytelling, but his skill set as an actor, writer, director, producer, he just wears all of those hats. And yes, I think that's something that he does beautifully.
He does. His characters, whether you see them for the entire movie or little pieces, are so developed that you feel close to every single one of them. You care about all of them. Is there anything that you learned about James Brown in this film that you didn't know that not made you think differently, but maybe explained things or made you kind of be like, yeah, I get it now?
Absolutely. I you know, like probably you, I listened to his music and only knew what was in the headlines, you know, as of late. And I didn't know very much about his childhood. You know, we know how the story ended, but not the beginning, middle. So I learned a lot about him, you know, from working on this film.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I love. I think that we tend to look at people so often, and we see this big picture, and we don't see these little things. And that's why that moment with you and the twins, because they're twins, are so important in a film like this, because we're seeing this story that really explains so much to us.
Absolutely, absolutely. We know the music, we hear the music, we lived with the music, but we never really got to know the man. And you really aren't just a headline. You really aren't just a blip across the screen, you know, with a bad decision. There are other mitigating circumstances. So it was interesting to learn all of that about James Brown.
Why do you think AMC theater audiences will love Get On Up?
AMC audiences will love Get On Up, because it's James Brown doing his thing. And Chadwick Boseman brings him back to life for this, you know, 2-hour experience in a way that I think he would be proud of. It's fun, it's sad, it's James Brown.
And I loved that people were literally clapping at the end of the performances in a theater. I've never seen that in a film before, where there's these musical performances and people were clapping. And the moment with you, I was crying, and the moment with Viola, I was crying. It's such an emotional film. It was so much fun.
You feel like you're part of it, right? It feels very interactive.
You do, and it makes you think twice about judging people too, which I like. It has a little message.
It really does.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. We can't wait to have it on our screens.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.